Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm joined with my good friend Mark Olroyd, and we are the Price Variants. And we're gonna try to prove our worth in a way, where we're gonna look at what we think might be good spec potential for next year, and we'll actually test this. We'll make our predictions, and next year, so just wait until next year, we'll see how well we performed with our predictions. So it should be interesting. I picked some interesting ones. I'm curious what Mark picked. We'll see. So Mark, I'm gonna let you go first. See how well you did.
Actually, it's yours first. I'm sorry, Alan.
Oh no.
So this is Alan's pick.
My first pick.
Yes, I picked this as well. So I
Oh,
changed.
really?
Yeah, I changed one of mine because I didn't want us both having the same comic. Now,
Oh, okay.
Alan, you said $800, so I think that's a 3.5.
Yeah, it was actually a 4.0.
You want a
Sold
4.0? Okay, let me get the 4.0 up. 4.0. So Alan is picking this. I mean, it's a good pick. I mean, it's a carry-on pick from last year.
I saw like a sale for 800 in here, so that's why it's like going down.
Yeah, but the last sale was 900.
Okay.
So we can either
Let's
use
pick a 4.0 anyways, and then say 900 then.
900. Yeah. So I think that's a good pick, Alan. I had this on my list. I actually picked this as well in a 6.0.
Okay.
So, but I think this is a good pick. I'll be amazed if that doesn't go up.
So this one, if you look at the 4.0, the reason I picked the 4.0
Yeah.
is so I was going by 800 because it's a little bit lower, but if you look at the before this peak, it was 1100.
Yeah.
Or 11,
Yeah.
almost
So
1100.
it's below
It's below the floor.
yeah.
And to me, that's when, and this is a book that's always loved by collectors.
Yeah.
Once something goes below the floor, people will say, hey, look, this is a good time to buy this book. This is a good time to buy. And we got not just a good time to buy, but there is a Fantastic Four movie coming up in 2025. So
Yeah.
2 years out. 2 years out from now. But when we look at this from a year from now, that's only a year out. And then there's going to be hype associated. Things are going to be, there's going to be momentum behind the idea of the Silver Surfer coming.
Yeah, we'll probably have got a first trailer or some news from the studio.
Some news, like maybe I'm thinking not trailer. I think that's too. It's not close enough for that. But I do believe we'll get some announcement of some actor associated to the role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, and this room, like when it's below the trend line, anyways, it has that room to go up. So I even if it goes back up to the trend line, I'm still in the win.
Yeah,
so
I think it's a good solid pick. I picked this as well, but changed because I didn't want us both to have the same comic.
Well, that's nice of you.
Fine. So what did I pick? So good pick, Alan. I think you'll on a winner with that one. Right. My first pick, I'm afraid I'm stealing one from last year's as well. I'm picking
interesting.
Yeah, I'm picking
this was my pick from last year.
It was your pick from last year. And I feel that I think this is a classic. And
I would have been right if it wasn't for the writer's strike, by the way. But okay, just saying.
Well, you have to predict those things, Alan. You should have had your finger on the pulse like I did and know all about
okay, sure.
So this is Batman Harley Quinn. Absolutely, this is the first appearance of Harley Quinn in the canon, as they call it. And it's been on a downward trend, as you can see here. So I'm picking this in a
9.8.
In a 9.8, and I'm claiming the 30-day average value of 459.
Okay.
So that's the average of the last 30 days sales. So I'm going with Batman Harley Quinn 9.8. And I just can't see this going end down. It surely's got to recover. We've got the Harley Quinn. They've got the Joker movie coming up next year. I think it'll be over and done with by the time we evaluate this.
Yeah,
It's been a
that's why I
success.
didn't pick it. I actually
Okay.
almost picked this too.
Yeah.
I didn't pick it because I thought, okay, we're gonna be done with the movie. Any hype, it's gonna spike probably, and it's probably gonna come back down after the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah. Well, if it's a good, depends whether it's a good movie or a bad movie. If it's a good
that's true.
movie, if it's a good movie, hopefully it will retain some of its
Value, yeah.
so and I think this is a great, it's one of my favorite covers. I do like this.
Oh,
Uh,
it's a great cover, yeah.
so
Alex Ross.
yeah,
Yeah.
Alex Ross, and it's already, it's homaged all over the place already. Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, that's my first pick. So a couple of picks that we had last year that didn't work out. It's
And
all
the
about
other big
timing.
thing about this book is it's it is a 9/8. I mean, obviously it's a modern book, but it's a black cover. It's a little harder to get them in 9/8, but
Yeah,
there's still a lot of copies out there in the 9/8.
yeah.
But
It's got a census count of 3,400. So it's it's a modern book.
yeah, it's a
Right.
good one though.
Okay. Next up, Alan. We'll do yours first. Right, Alan, you picked Beetlejuice, and you said the first Beetlejuice comic. Right, so there isn't enough sales, there isn't enough data on this on Go Collect. So I brought
Yeah,
eBay to get a fair price on this. So it's this one here with him sat in a
yeah,
chair. Is that the one you
yeah,
want? Right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
all I can see on this, there's a couple up for bid. There's this one here. There's one at 21. Oh no, that's not the
That's
first
a
one.
different issue.
Yeah, that's
Different
a
issue.
different issue. There's one here at $65, and there's one as that. It's this one I think we should use as our guide here. So
65. No, that's way
no,
too high.
oh, it's way
So
too.
anytime it's like best,
Oh,
like
there's a 30.
buy it now. I would say like, okay, I'm going to tell you how much I paid for this book. I paid $15 for this book.
When?
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year. Now I actually think like I think if you look at the fair market value, let's say
I mean, this
I
one
think
looks
it's in that
reasonable
30
here.
to
This
forty
this one looks
dollars.
this one looks reasonable here. A 7.5 for $30. I might buy that myself.
Yeah. So like mine's like a high grade copy. Actually, I paid $15 for it.
Yeah, but
Now
that's not what's available here, Alan.
yeah,
It,
and then there's a 22. Oh no, that's a different one. So yeah, so it's one of those ones like I never trust the prices on eBay, you know, because they're not sold prices.
right.
They're what people imagine that they could get for a book. Um, so one of the things with this one, I would say it's the 20 to $30 range would
Okay.
be fair.
Okay.
Um, but it is a book. The reason I chose it is there is a new Beetlejuice movie coming out,
Right.
Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah.
And but that's not the reason I chose it. The reason I chose it is who is going to be the girl in it.
Who's going to be the girl?
It's Jenna Ortega.
Okay.
She's the girl that played Wednesday.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I like her. Yeah.
So she's very liked. She's a hot actress right now,
Yeah.
and she does a good job. She's a good actress, strong actress. I have very good feeling about this, So I think it could be a good movie. And there's like two groups that will buy into this book. There's one which is the people like us who are more nostalgic, remember the original, and then there's the group of people who are younger and that actress will appeal to. So I think this has like that double kind of effect. And it's one that people don't like, it's one that's sort of under the radar, and it doesn't have that many on the census. If you look at the census count, it's like 100 or two.
Oh yeah,
It's
there's virtually
really low.
nothing there. There's virtually no graded copies, which is why I had to come
Yeah,
to eBay because there's no fair market value on it.
yeah, yeah. So it's a good book because it's never been like, oh, hypey book.
No.
It's
Good
so that's
pick,
why I picked
Alan.
it.
Good pick. I might buy this one sitting there at $30. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I put? Well, I'm going to do on it. I'm going to go for Sonic the Hedgehog #1 in a
Okay.
9.6. Now the reason I've actually put an offer in on this one.
Oh, okay.
So I put an offer of 190 in for this. Um,
Okay.
uh,
And this is not.
oh, my offer's been accepted.
Oh wow! Congrats. That's actually a good price.
So I got
Um.
100. I paid 190 for this. So there you go. That's an actual purchase. So that's we'll see how this gets on. The reason I've
So
gone for
yeah. So
this,
that's actually the best.
yeah,
Best way to track it. Will Mark make money? Is the question.
yeah.
Um.
Now let me
I
tell
mean,
you why I've
Sonic.
gone.
There.
Why I've gone for this. There is a third
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog movie scheduled for December next year.
Okay.
So this will be
Good timing. Right. Yeah.
when we do our has the comic gone up or down. This will be just timing when the movie comes out. And
Yeah.
second
And
movie,
maybe probably trailers will be
yeah,
playing a year from now. Right.
and the second movie went down really well.
Yes. Consistently, actually, the first movie, like this is actually Sonic is one of those few movies where the people in Hollywood actually listen to the audience. They released a trailer for the first Sonic movie,
Yeah.
and the fans actually hated it. And they didn't like the CGI. So they actually redid the movie with better CGI. And the movie was a success.
Yeah.
And it was a success during COVID of all times too. The second one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, it just shows you that if you listen to your audience, you can actually get good results.
Yeah.
And there's a weird market for Sonic books. Like if you look at most Sonic books, they actually are pretty pricey.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's
Even the
collectors
ID
for this stuff.
this ran for 290 issues with Archie
Mm-hmm.
before
Yep.
it transferred over to IDW.
Yep.
And IDW, even the IDW issues are ridiculously priced. People
Yeah.
really like Sonic.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a huge I mean, it's one where it kind of goes across not just comic collectors, but game collectors. The gaming.
Gamers, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So definitely really strong spec. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Good timing on it too.
yeah. So there
Uh,
you go. I got my offer. I put 190 offer in.
and
Two
what was
that was a fair price, by the way. On Go Collect, the fair market value is 220. So
oh
uh,
wow. So you got a steal on it a bit.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
So
nice.
yeah, I thought I'd act on my own spec. Put me money where my mouth is, and
Well, actually some of the ones I chose I actually bought
yeah,
before.
yeah.
So I always
Okay,
put my money where my mouth is too.
right. Next up, we are going to Alan's next one, which is Planet of the Apes, the
Okay.
magazine. And again, I've had to resort to eBay for this, Alan, because there wasn't enough on Go Collect.
Okay. I'll tell you what my sale is because my sale is the most recent.
Okay.
I paid $25. Like they accepted my best offer.
Yeah. 25.
So I think it was that 36 one.
Yeah.
It's like a VF
Yeah.
copy. I
Yeah.
paid 25.
Very good. Okay. Well, I'll
Okay.
accept that as the benchmark if that's what you've just
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah, I just paid. Yeah.
Um,
I was like, oh, they accept my offer. Great.
yeah.
This is a key book. Actually, we've just had a trailer for the Planet of the Apes, actually. But this is a key book because it's the first ongoing series. Actually, that's not the copy that I bought because mine's really clean. Mine's really clean. This one has like I remember this one. I looked at this issue as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's the new Planet of the Apes coming out. And Planet of the Apes is one of those ones where there is a strong fan base. It's almost like Sonic in that way. There's this strong fan base that will buy into the franchise.
Yeah.
It's like, whenever you go to like a Comic-Con, there's always like a Planet of the Apes group. They're right next to the Trekkie group, it's like it's one of those things where it has a solid fan base that will buy into it every time. And it's one of those fan bases that gets recharged anytime a movie comes out. So just like you're predicting with the Sonic thing, I'm predicting with this based on that fan base. And this magazine is the first ongoing series
So
4.0.
my only concern with this, Alan, is Planet of the Apes has had about 3 or 4 revivals,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't seem to have affected the price of this comic or magazine. Why will this time be different?
Um, I think it's not going to be much different. I don't expect this book to jump up to $200 or anything like that. I really don't. But I think it's a strong pick. Because still, I actually feel like the market
Well, if
overall
you just
market
bought
is,
one for 25, if it goes up to 50, uh,
yeah.
that's
So
reasonable.
that's why I'm picking this one. It's a strong pick. It's more like one where I think it's not going to go up like $200. I think maybe 50. I think that would be reasonable, and
Yeah,
that's a good return on a year.
yeah,
so
yeah,
so it's sort of a safe pick, I guess, would be the
yeah.
best way to say it.
Okay. So my third pick is House of Secrets
Oh,
92.
interesting one.
And I'm
I
picking,
wouldn't have picked this one.
I
I
know.
think this one has room to go down, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Here's why I'm picking it. Wait a minute. I pick this? Yes, I think I did. Actually, I think I've got one too many. But I think I might not. Anyway, we've got it on the list. I'm going to go for it. It's in a
Mm-hmm.
six. Doing it in a 6.0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the 90-day average is 1425. So that's what I'm claiming is the 90-day average, not this strange number up here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the last sale on this was 1424. So that's about right. So I'm claiming
Yeah.
going for a
Yeah,
six.
you're right in that.
I'm going for a 6.0 at 1425. I think Swamp Thing. I think this is a blue chip comic.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
first appearance Swamp Thing, Bernie Wrightson, classic cover, homaged all
Yep.
over the place. Um, he's not hype. This is not a hype comic. This is a strong blue chip comic.
Steady
I think,
trend. Yeah.
yeah, we are going to get some Swamp Thing. I think
Yep.
he's part of the James Gunn plans for DC, I believe. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of speculation that he's going to bring Swamp Thing somewhere. I
yeah,
don't know where.
yeah.
I'd love to see Justice League Dark. That'd be the coolest. But
Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? It is significantly down off the COVID peak, but not as down as some of the others, which is why I suspect you didn't think it's a surprising pick because it hasn't suffered.
I still think it can go down a bit more. So I feel like it could go down to where that kind of spike was, like just before that. Like around in, if you go back a bit further, right? Or, no, back further before that big high, right around there.
So that's
I think
125. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I think
So
that's where
even
it's
if
going
you
to
go
kind of,
down another couple of hundred, it may do, but we've got a year here. One of the advantages of taking a year is it can go down and then back up again. So
yeah.
we'll see. I'm a big fan of this. This is one of my comics I've had for the longest period of time. I bought.
I own this book too, so
Yeah,
I want it to go up.
yeah,
Really, I do. Um, and actually, this is a good grade. I mean, actually, it seems like a good price, even at that 1400 for 6.0. I mean, this is a hard book to get in high grade.
yeah. It is very hard. Yeah,
Um,
because of the black
yeah.
cover.
I mean, a good choice, but I think it still has room to go down,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's not rightly so. I'm just saying that I think
yeah, yeah.
people are a little bit.
That's right. I think that's 3 each, Alan.
Okay, so next set of three will be on Mark's channel. And I picked some interesting ones. I'm curious what Mark picked, so we'll have to go over there. We'll all check it out. Press the link in the description to go over to Mark's channel and check out the video with the next top three picks from our, I don't know, crystal ball that we have to see what will be the hottest books
Oh, but
next year.
we've had good reasoning for our picks, though, Alan. It's not being random. I think this comic will go up.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I had good reasoning last year, and then like like it's like the whole world decides to go against my picks. That's the only problem. Okay, so as long as there's no like world collapse, I think we'll be okay with our picks.
Okay. Right.
Okay, bye for now, guys.
Bye.